Been a long time since I've reviewed a Jaguar, and spoiler alert, I kind of like this car.
Some people think fancy cars improve your image, and that's probably true when it comes to strangers. Friends, family, and coworkers know us as the knuckleheads we are. Cars don't improve our personalities or our bank accounts. Heck, they're notoriously bad investments. But darned if the Jaguar F-Type doesn't make you feel really good inside. There's buckets of performance, sound, and style happening, no posing there. Because these are as rare as the brand's namesake, it's easy to forget Ian Callum drew up a beauty here. Same goes for the leather-trimmed cockpit that looks like the entire output of a small ranch.
F-Type starts at $71,000. This one, as tested with all the stuff that you'd want on a Jag, goes for $86,000. And you might be thinking that's kind of expensive. Yeah, but it is a Jag, and something to keep in mind, you can option up a Camaro or a Mustang to that level. So there's that.
Like the Ford and Chevy, the Jag can be had as a convertible. Most people considering an F-Type would be cross-shopping a Corvette, 911, Boxster, Cayman, Z4, Supra, GTR, or LC500. Buy what you love. And it's proof that there are more sports coupes than you might think, all of them soul-satisfying in their own way. Here are a few of the extras driving up the Monroney. The interior package with extra nice leather is $3,800. The combined options on the 18-way adjustable heated and vented chairs add up to nearly $3,500. These 20-inch wheels go for $1,500, and the glass roof is a bargain at $1,200. Seattle is as dreary as London, so the light is nice. Checking the oil draws even more eyeballs. Tucked under the aluminum clamshell is a supercharged 5-liter V8 that's good for 444 horsepower and 428 pound-feet of torque in this P450 model. All F-Types are powered by 8 cylinders now. The higher performance R model ups that to 575 horses. Like that operatic baritone voice, it goes deeper with a Billy Idol edge. This one's rear drive, all-wheel drive is available. Gears are swapped with an 8-speed automatic. Most of these electronic joystick controllers require deliberate action. This is no exception. Manual control can be done on the console and here. And there are drive modes. I'm thinking dynamic mode will get more use than snow mode. At least with rear-wheel drive.
With the V8 packing 444 horsepower, acceleration isn't an issue. 0 to 60 happening in about 4.4 seconds. If that's not enough for you, the R version shaves about a second off that. Both of them, though, sound incredible. I'm nearly certain that watching this video, you don't get the full effect of that sound in person. It's bone-piercing.
It's a very selfish satisfaction. I half expected the residents living in this area to come at me with pitchforks. Electric cars are much stealthier if all you want to do is hoon about. The bonded and riveted aluminum chassis structure does not shudder or quiver at all.
Low and wide, this car has no issues when it comes to cornering. It's really fun, but I really don't see this as a track toy. It's more of a GT. It's comfortable and it's quiet, unless you put your foot into it hard. Then it sounds like a Jaguar should.
But mostly, when cruising, the decibel level is on the low side, it never assaults the ears, and it treats your backside with respect too. Performance cars are getting better at keeping harshness away, and the Jag rides the firm but comfortable line gracefully.
Let's talk about the transmission. I nearly forgot to talk about it because it's so good at what it does, you just don't really notice it. And unfortunately, F-Type not available with a manual.
If you want to row your own, buy a Porsche. The two-seat F-Type is not a small car, yet the cabin isn't spacious. Personally, I like cars that feel tailored to my 5'9" frame, but most Americans prefer vehicles as spacious and as wide as this field. I don't see Jaguar making anything like an Escalade anytime soon. Move over to Land Rover for that.
The EPA-rated fuel economy is 19 miles per gallon average. Not bad for a V8. And, Jaguar owners spending $86,000 for a car, I think they can afford that. And premium fuel is required.
Let's get back to the dynamics of the F-Type, maybe get a little philosophical. Modern performance cars are incredibly capable, some insanely so. I'll testify that 0 to 60 in 3 seconds or less, and full lateral Gs in hard cornering is loads of fun. But that's best for the track. Maybe a car's overall character is more important on public roads.
I've been lucky enough to drive some real high-performance metal lately, including the Cadillac Blackwings. And the F-Type does not measure up to that kind of lofty performance, but it's very soul-satisfying. In everyday driving, it's just terrific. And maybe that's what's most important, huh?
That's the long way of saying the F-Type has a way of getting under your skin in a way that numbers don't quantify.
F-Type has a significant amount of power, meaning brakes are important. No problems with the binders, and the pedal modulation is excellent. You might have noticed there's an automatic engine stop-start system. It's easy to turn off.
Man, if the styling doesn't command attention, the engine will. There are a lot of great things that could be said about this space. For starters, at 86 grand, it'll make anyone feel like $1 million, so that's real value. Also, it's strictly a two-seater, so no dealing with my goofball brother in the back seat. Only room for a coat. Old money materials meeting new money design is a great vibe, though large buyers could find it too cozy in here. I've always liked these dual-function controls. And while Jaguar Land Rover has been savaged in the past for its in-control Touch Pro user interface, the layout and touch response is now snappy and fluid with a natural feel. It doesn't have the level of casual voice commands that the Germans offer, and standard Android Auto and Apple CarPlay require a cord. I point that out because a standard iPhone 13 just barely fits in the center console, and that's where the USB ports live. And there's no good place for larger phones outside the cubby. All the storage areas are compact but lined, so things don't rattle.
Practicality? Well, if you want that, buy an F-Pace, not an F-Type.
There's no spare tire, just a repair kit, but enough room to stash small stuff here. There's 14.5 cubic feet to fill. Dipping into my personal stash, F-Type will handle 2 suitcases, or in this case, a pack of Costco's finest, and my camera bag. You don't think I have 2 bundles at home, do you? The hoarding days are over, I hope. The security cover does its job. Everything is hidden away. Time for the red light, green light wrap-up. Green light. The overall organic goodness of the F-Type is unmatched by few automobiles. Obviously, this is a gorgeous car, a lovely thing to walk up to. Its grand touring dynamics make it an engaging everyday driver. The sound? Yeah, if you did the playing cards thing in your bicycle spokes as a kid, this is for you. Yellow lights? The lovely crafted cabin might feel claustrophobic to large people. Pricing is reasonable when compared to a Porsche 911, but a Corvette is less expensive. The much improved user interface lacks advanced features like wireless CarPlay. Red lights. Like all beautiful coupes, practicality is sacrificed. I average 17 miles per gallon, bad for the wallet and the environment. And as much as I love the sound, the neighbors won't, at least in a sports setting. There's theater that happens with the F-Type. It satisfies the senses, gets your heart beating just a little bit quicker. And in our mass-produced world, this is a rarity on the road.
The F-Type is fun to drive, it looks great, it sounds terrific, and you don't see it coming and going. So maybe this is something to consider.
Everyone's different. I'm a firm believer that buying the car you love is the best overall value, one that you'll keep longer and maintain better. The Jaguar F-Type does more than impress strangers. It's an emotional coupe that satisfies the soul. You all know that I do my own photography and that I need help when shooting the running footage, so as always, a round of applause for Martin Campbell for driving duties. Unlike the big channels, I'm essentially a one-man operation, which can be an advantage. Things like wiping down the car multiple times gets me familiar with the design integrity, and as an editor, I'm intimately aware of how to show you subtleties. I do my best to give you awesome visuals and insight, to cut through the hype without yammering on and on. I'm not perfect, but hey, I'm always relentlessly trying to be. I approach every car with an open mind, and I have to say that over my 5 days with it, the Jag's appeal crept up on me in a surprising way. The brand's been off my radar screen. I need to get into an I-Pace again.
Reliability dogs this cat. Jaguar not exactly known for that, but the latest JD Power research puts this just behind Audi and Honda and ahead of Chrysler and Acura, so it's improving. And it does have a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty plus free scheduled service.
This isn't the common perspective. It's why I do research. Speaking of, I'll mention the quotes service that I have. I'm a bad business person, so I'll encourage you to use any of them, like, say, cars.com, but use mine and it supports this channel. And full disclosure, like all of them, it works better in some cities and with some brands and dealerships than others, but the team is always improving it. I'm about getting good information out to you because, well, it's what I would want. And I seldom capture people's response to a car, but this was pretty typical.
It's a beauty.
Isn't it?
What is it?
It's a Jaguar F-Type.
The F-Type is a crowd pleaser.
Yep. Those that subscribe to this channel, and really why wouldn't you, know that at the end of these videos I normally offer up a fun fact, and this time it's about the Jaguar name. It wasn't always called Jaguar. Originally, it was the Swallow Sidecar Company because it made motorcycle sidecars. And then it got into automotive coach building and became the Swallow Coach Building Company. It was only after World War II was over that it became Jaguar, named after, yes, the animal, plus one of the car models that it made. And I'm aware through analytics that many of you watch from the UK. No, I'm not using the proper British pronunciation, Jaguar. I also say aluminum, okay? I'm from the US. I grew up in northern Minnesota. Vive la différence. Remember, subscribe to this channel, click notifications, follow me on Twitter. I'm very active there. And if you have a question, leave it in the comments. I'm good about answering that stuff. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.